What the heck is going on? Before we hop in this review of chapter 169 of Jujutsu Kaisen, please make sure you leave your own notes on the chapter in the comment section down below. Leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, make sure you hit that little notification bell so you don't miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Now, let's get into it. What's up, guys? I got a pencil here, and here we are to the chapter 169. Nice. Of Jujutsu Kaisen, which is known as Tokyo. See, that's the thing. I get it, right? Like Tokyo #1 colony, part 9. But like, I'm not sure if this is like. Couldn't you name something else? Like, I mean, you could literally call this the Clown's Duel or the Advent of the Comedian or Bad Comedy, like whatever you want to call it. Like, there's so many different things you could have done with this one. I get it. I get why you're naming them all Tokyo Colony #1 because you know the whole different colony progression and stuff like that. But still, you could just make unique names. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of getting annoying. But regardless of that, we open up with this bomb color page between Yuta and. This is still Geto. So Yuta and Geto. I'll give Akusame his credit. Like he's hyping up the movie like consistently, regardless of what's happening. The mangaka is just hyping up the movie left, right, and center. Like he even released chapter 168.5, which was literally just a filler related to the movie, which is cool. I'm down with that. I didn't review it because it was like there's another review. I just thought it was cute. So I'm happy to see that he's promoting it. It's a really good color page. I love Akusame's art style, obviously, so I think that's great. However, enough of that. We hop right into the chapter itself, and we get to see that the funny man here, he apparently at the ripe age of 35 can tell if someone's good or not by looking at their face. Okay, I mean, like, here, that's a weird thing. He said, "I'll help you." At the right age of 35, and you tell from someone's face whether they're good or. And then he pauses and is like, well, you got one bad face. And I guess that leads into the joke of like, is all revisionist? And like, here's the thing, right? I at first, when I first read the chapter, I was like, why is this dude here? I was about to see Megami snap onto people, and I'd rather very much watch that than this random comedian dude. I don't care if he was built up. I know he was mentioned all those chapters ago. Don't care. Give him the Itadori or something like that. But like, in the grand narrative scheme of things, I get why he's here, but at the same time, like, I'm not sure if, like this. I feel like this isn't even like reverse psychology. I'm not sure Gege is trying to make them funny by having them be explicitly unfunny. They're just strange, and like even Megami like has to correct him twice. Like when he says, "Oh well, it's all revisionist," in his judgment of Megami's face because he sees Megami has a bad face. Obviously, he's like. Don't you mean relative? He doesn't even get an answer. And we see that this dude is like, oh, what's his name? Reggie. I didn't even have to Google that. I just had to pause. Reggie is like, yo, come on now. Based on this dude's actions, what you feeling like, Hanamoki? And he's like, what's whatever. I don't really care. Yo, what's up? Which are you? And like, I get maybe in the grand scheme of things, it would be easier to just ask that. But I feel like if, even in the context of the culling game, would the random modern sorcerer even know what you're talking about? Like, I guess I would say, what do you mean? And then you'd assume, oh, so you're from the new era, I guess. But even so, that's just a weird question to throw about. And of course, our funny comedian man decides to interpret that in his own special way. And he says, oh, you want to know if I'm funny or not? And like, no, because we already know the answer. And I love how Hanamoki almost goes to like correct him. Like he's like, nah, hold on, bro, not that. I don't really care. I just want to know what area gets cut off. And we get to see that they get this backstory of a comedian fella, and he reveals that this costume is what inspired me to be a comedian from a hero, and I'm gonna knock him dead. So here, I'll joke to tell your crush. Marry me and be my Wi-Fi. I wanted to punch him. I don't believe in violence, but I do believe in justice. So I wanted to reach through and just be like, I want to rip the Wi-Fi signal from behind him and just tear it down. Also, it doesn't help that I like tried to draw for this chapter 3 times while tired, and never draw while tired because you just get monsters. And I tried to draw this panel of him saying, "Be my Wi-Fi," and it hurt me on the inside, especially when I had to study it. Like Akutame, great artist. Akutame, not good character. Hate him. And we see like it's a dead ringer too. Like not a single one of them has any reactions. Not Reggie, not Hazanoki, not Megami, not even Megami's Shikigami are laughing, I bet. So I don't know, this dude's just not funny. And he says like, yo, the comedian's like, yo, I guess y'all are just a tough crowd. Maybe I gotta like step up my game or something to get y'all to laugh. And they're just like, no. Even Megami, even though he just got saved by this dude, is like, yo, not gonna lie, you're the problem. And I'll admit, he's funny relative to how other characters react to him. He is not funny enough himself. And he like leaps into it. And also, hold on. Megami Fushiguro, don't make me hop into this narrative and rip that sea urchin off your skull, my boy. Because don't ever on this good green planet compare this random comedian dude to one of the best characters in Jujutsu Kaisen, Aototo. Don't do that. Don't do it. Because I will teleport into that narrative. I will do it myself and rip you apart. Like straight up, don't do that to my boy. And then we get to see that despite being like an awful comedian, this dude's actually pretty darn strong. It's like he went from being probably a solid, maybe like 10, 15 meters away from the others, like specifically Reggie and Hazanuki, to like hard blitzing him. Like he went from standing pretty far away to into a flying drop kick that Hazanuki couldn't even really react to. Like he's literally still standing there looking forward. Like he couldn't even see the comedian move. And bam, he gets hard kicked straight through a building. And that's pretty good strength. I'm not gonna lie. Like I wouldn't say, because I don't know, Yuji's just a different breed. I've said it once and I'll say it again. Like grabbing someone out of midair and then using your full body weight to slam them through multiple floors of a building. Like he's not that level, at least not yet. But in terms of just raw physical strength, he's doing pretty darn good to perform that feat. And blitzing someone who was admittedly catching Megami a little bit off guard. So like, this guy's obviously up there in terms of his potency. He knows what he's doing. And then we get to see that even Reggie's like, interesting. So it seems like he doesn't have a constant flow of curse energy that's that high that will allow him to do something like that. It fluctuates. And I'm going to assume his curse technique, if he has one, has something to do with like his own confidence as an entertainer or something. Because I can't do with like how funny his reactions are. Or like what kind of, he probably doesn't get a curse energy boost by like being funny, because he hasn't made anyone laugh so far up to this point. Like not even like meta narrative outside of his world stuff. Like he couldn't get anyone to laugh. So for him to have this sudden strength boost when he is like focused on the idea of being an entertainer, and his curse energy fluctuates back down, I feel like it may have to do something with that. Like as long as he's stable in his identity, he's able to like release massive spurts of power. But if he's ever unstable in his identity, it'll just fall apart and it'll become a lot weaker. Which would be, I guess, a nice counterbalance, a good way to like balance high power, high mobility, all the stuff like that. It's weird though. It's weird. Oh, something I didn't think of when Hazanoki. I'm not even sure if I'm pronouncing his name right. What do you think, Hazanoki? I think it's Hazanoki. Tell me how to pronounce that in the comment section. But Hazanoki is like, when he asks like, what era are you from? Does that imply that Hazanoki is from a different era himself? And if so, what is Reggie from? I mean, Reggie Star, this is going to sound bad, but it seems like a more modern name, really. I wouldn't be shocked if he's from the modern era. Hazanoki, considering he's the one asking the question, and he's not dressed in the most, like, craziest of modern clothes, and obviously, I mean, this isn't necessarily obviously, but his name doesn't sound as, like, it's weird to say his name doesn't sound modern, because I don't know what modern names in his area of the world are, but Hazanoki doesn't sound like the most modern name. So is he old era? Is this like a new era and old era teaming up? Because to be fair, reverse curse technique is supposed to be something so unbelievably rare that you just can't do it. So for this random dude, as Megami points out, to be able to just randomly just pop out reverse curse technique and keep healing himself. It's pretty insane. So it makes sense if like reverse curse technique was more common in his era, and that's why he has no problem utilizing his curse technique alongside reverse curse technique. And in the modern era, he just doesn't see it as much as why he asks. I don't know. Kind of rocking with them. Interested to see. But then we get to see, speaking of Megami confirming things, he apparently like shadow traveled under Reggie and goes to combo him, but Reggie is actually fast enough to dodge. Like, and he doesn't just dodge, like step out of the way of his own shadow, but like he leaps high into the air and far away. Like, I think he literally leaps onto the roof of a building. Like, this man can move. Like, I know all sorcerers are to some degree superhuman, but like, so some of these people are just insane as of recent. Like, the people that are able to survive being slammed through buildings, stuff like that. Like, I guess it's just because this is the Culling games. Like, only the strong survive to a degree. So you're only going to see, like, at least higher tier sorcerers. But, like, these are, like, cursed, restricted technique, like Maki level things, at least to me. I don't know. Like, it seemed like our early tier characters would have had to do a lot to perform some of the same feats that these guys are doing casually, which makes sense. But still, it's always cool to see. And then we get to see that this guy got way too close to Megami as he explains the whole idea of reverse curse technique and that they need to split the two up and bada bing, bada boom. And once he finally gets the dude to back up off of him, he's like, okay, let me figure out the stats here. Let me figure out the situation. And he gets Kogane to reveal that it was Higuruma that set up that new rule. And that means Itadori found him first and made him add that rule. And that means that Megami essentially has no other point in this colony. Except, you know, the whole gathering points thing. So we get to see that Reggie needs to essentially make up for lost points with Megami and not let him leave, and of course kill him. And we also get to see that the comedian's name is Takaba. I feel like we already knew his name. I just kept calling him the comedian because I shouldn't have called him the comedian. I should have called him the non-comedian, the anti-comedian, the horde comedian. But regardless of that, it seems like Megami's fine with working with Takaba. I don't know why I'm struggling to say his name. I think it's because I'm trying to say Nakaba, because I'm so used to saying that name in particular that Takaba is throwing me off. But Takaba, his goal, if he's going to work with Megami, just go take care of the bottom guy. Do whatever he wants. And if you could, like, Megami's like, I'm not sure if you can do this. You can't make me laugh, so I'm not sure if you're going to be a good enough warrior to do this. But if you could, steal his points. Get them from him. I'll take care of it if you don't mind. And it seems like Takaba's just fine with it. Like, I guess Takaba saw like Megami getting jumped and was like, fine, whatever, I'll help him instead. But like, what would happen if like Megami was in an advantageous situation at first and Takaba saw that instead? And then would he be attacking Megami right now? Like, I don't know. Takaba's like allegiances don't really make much sense. I'm not sure. But I guess it's just like the whole meme thing. And I guess I should get into like Takaba's main narrative purpose within this. I feel like he's meant to be like the substitute Itadori. Like, notably, Itadori is still on the like, hold on, I'd rather refrain from killing people, don't mind me. This is something Megami even notes himself. Like, I'm not about that action. Hold on. You can relax. You can talk about this. I'll still jump you. I'll still jump you, and I will still break every bone in your body. But I'm on my Batman type beat. Like, I won't Superman you, but I will Batman you. Like, you won't be able to walk for a week, but you'll still be alive, though. My morals will still be upheld. I feel like what Takaba is acting as is, like, the less developed version of Itadori. Like, just purely the light in the tunnel that's not really willing to do anything while still being a tool proper for Megami. He's supposed to be Megami's, like, maybe not foil, but he's supposed to be Megami's complement here. Like, if we are going to get, like, a good bit of, like, dark, edgy, I'm going to kill them all for the sake of my sister, Megami. And then we're going to get, I'm the comedian, Takaba, who can't make people laugh. And, like, they're supposed to balance each other out narratively. And I guess it works, though kind of would have preferred Megami just, do it himself, but obviously you have to have that balance, because unlike Higuruma, it doesn't seem like either Hanamoki and or Reggie are like redeemable individuals. They just both seem to be set on their own paths. I don't see anything Megami does here really changing their respective motivations at all. They're still just in it to win it, essentially. And there's nothing Megami can do about that other than defeat them. So he sends Takaba off to do it. And then we get to see Hanamoki. He, once again, he just yanks out an eyeball and throws it away. And then Takaba manages to pull out this fan that I only know from Super Smash Bros., so don't get mad at me, and smacks it away. And bada bing, bada boom, the eye explodes. And, like, not gonna lie, Takaba kind of just gives Hanamoki the work. Like, blocks him, smacks him in the face with the fan to blind his other eye, which he manages to, like, take back, regenerate his original eye, only to see that Takaba managed to absolutely weave him, then hits him with a good cold-fashioned 1,000 years of death, and bada bing, bada boom, Takaba goes flying. Like, not Takaba, Hanamoki goes flying. Like, once again, kick. And to be fair, we know he can use reverse curse technique, so it's likely that all this doesn't mean much to him. But still, like, just the physical strength that Takaba has access to is impressive. And then, of course, we get the old-fashioned, jeez, I'm glad I'm on the same side as you. And apparently, it seems like Takaba always wanted to hear that. So he's happy to help Megami out, which is cool, I'll admit. He may not be funny, but he's decent enough. And then we get to see that apparently Reggie just believes in Hanamoki that much. He's like, well, I guess Takaba's going to go die because once you mock him that much, he's definitely going to go all out, and he's definitely just going to self-destruct on a massive data type beat, and bada bing, bada boom, your homie's dead. However, Megami's like, yo, not going to lie to you, my boy. He's a great tool right now, so I'm going to use him as a good smith would, but you need to worry about yourself, because I came here to save my sister, and I will do anything that takes now that I'm done with this colony. And he brandishes his blade, and he's about to fight Reggie. So, bada bing, bada boom, we got a fight up here in the room. And finally, I don't know, like, was really excited for, you know, the fight to happen now, or like not necessarily now, but the fight to happen this chapter. But hey, even if we have to wait a little bit, I'm always down for, you know, good old-fashioned rough him up between a super-powered guy and a guy who explodes. So it was cool to see that fight, though I am seriously hoping in the after the 14-day time skip, we're going to get the good old Battle of Men. By Battle of Men, I simply mean I want Megami to just absolutely dog walk. Please let Megami dog walk Reggie. Like, see, I know it wouldn't be like as entertaining or like as satisfying, like if as Megami had a good, like, solid 1-to-1 fight, but at the same time, like, Megami, please dog walk this dude. However, it's still a good chapter. Like, despite me pooping all over Takaba, he's a good addition to the chapter. He narratively makes sense, and upon retrospect, of course, he's kind of necessary in order to make a true proper 1-on-1 between Reggie and Megami. So he's fine. Chapter's a good 8 out of 10. I don't know, it's not perfect. It just feel like, as much as I understand Takaba's narrative implication, it's not like he does anything wrong. I just don't like him. So the chapter gets an 8 out of 10. But those are my thoughts. Please tell me your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is That Guy with a Pencil, writing off.